Hey everyone, Danielle here, and I'm back for part 2 of the watercolor portraits class. Today I'm working with the Tropicals palette by Prima in my Strathmore Mixed Media Journal, and this is the hardbound cover. I feel like the paper in this journal is more like hot press paper than cold press because it doesn't really have that much texture and it absorbs the paint kind of like hot press paper. Let's go ahead and start this page with a few washes of color. All you need to do is just start grabbing some paint. You can plan out a color palette if you want to, or you can just kind of go free form. All you need to do is start putting some paint down. So I'm going to keep these layers pretty light. I am just putting down some color and I'm going to use my brush and kind of move that color around. You can use darker colors, but we kind of want to build up to that since we do still have to draw our face over our layers of paint. Okay, so go ahead and dry that first layer, and I'm going to go right in with my color pencil. This is a black Prismacolor pencil, and I'm going to just start drawing my face. I want this to be very loose because normally I would try to draw the face in pencil and kind of plan it out so that it's symmetrical and everything, but I really want to keep this loose and kind of free. I do have an inspiration photo. It will be available to patrons who are in the $1 tier and up. So if you would like to join over there, I will have that added to the group there and then our Facebook group as well. I am trying to stay as loose as I can, and if I make a line, I'll just go back over it and just scribble around until I kind of chisel out her face line by line. The left side of her face is going to be faded out a bit, so we will just kind of keep that empty and just draw the right side. Now it's time to add a bit more watercolor now that we have the face kind of basically put in place. I have that same purple color that I used in the background, but I'm going to use that on her face to shade underneath her eyebrows and around the side of her face, and that'll help bring it forward. Alright, so if you're working on your page and you have your face drawn and you're trying to put in the shadows but it's just not coming out right, then you may have to darken up your shadow color. Just for instance, if you put down darker colors in the middle of the page and your face is still not showing up, then you may have to darken up those shadows so that you're able to see her features start to come to life. If you're doing something like this for the first time, you have never done a painting like this before and it's not turning out right, I don't want you to get discouraged or even give up. I want you to still work through it. The one thing I want to make sure that you do is to dry your layers, because the color pencil is really not going to take on the paper unless it's dry. If you're watching this on my website, Facebook, YouTube, wherever, and you're struggling, don't hesitate to send me a message. Send me a picture of where you're stuck at, and we will chat through it and try to figure out what you can do to get it resolved. You can see over on the left that that purple color is pretty much gone, but I'm still using that to make those subtle shadows. I am going to let that layer dry and grab some random color pencils, and I just grabbed a bunch out of my box, and I'm going to start playing around with those on my face. I did speed up this part quite a bit because I noticed that the color pencils weren't showing up on my page, and then I noticed that my paper was still damp, so I went ahead and dried it off just to see if those color pencils would take a bit better. So now I'm going to go back in with my black color pencil and slow down and try to refine some of the features and see if I can get a bit more definition. I'm still not trying to make it perfect or anything like that. I just want to define some of the features a bit more. Whenever you see me pick up a different color pencil, I'm just trying to open up that range of color that's on the face, and it really helps with the details, because when you get close up and look at all those different colors, it just makes the painting more exciting. In the inspiration photo, there are some splatters around her face, so I'm going to go ahead and add that. There are some other elements in the photo that I won't be using in this painting, but it's kind of just for you to get your juices flowing, get your ideas rolling, and kind of jump off to start painting. We are going to go back in and add some more shadows. I don't think I really even wait for my splatters to dry. I'm going to go ahead and start adding some more of that rich purple color on top of my color pencils. And depending on what type of color pencils you're using, some will resist just a tad bit, but it's not a big deal since we're working in mixed media. It's going to be really nice and messy. I am using my white Posca pen for the eyes. It was supposed to be just a little highlight, but my pen just had its own agenda, so I just kind of went with it. I am using my black Posca pen to redefine some of the line work, and I'm also going to use this to do my journaling. The day before I filmed this lesson, I had worked a 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. shift, and I was exhausted. But by the time I finished this page, I was so recharged. I hope this inspires you to get rid of all of the excuses and just go paint. I'll see you next time in lesson 3. Bye.